Hey everybody, this is Mr. Nixon. I just wanted to say welcome to Bio 210 online summer edition. It's going to be a good summer. If you've been looking at some of the stuff in the class, you probably noticed that there's a lot going on in this class, which is normal. Um, I just wanted to go over a few key things concerning the course to make sure that you kind of, knew what to do and which way to go and what direction to kind of flow with the class. Some things to keep in mind. And what I will do is throughout the week, actually every week, I'll post videos where I'll be able to go over some of the material and kind of specify some things and tell you where to focus your attention on in specific types of information. So let me just go ahead and get started. One of the things I want to point you to is the Instructor tab. When you go into Blackboard, there's a link on there that says Instructor Information. If you click that, it'll have a picture of me and it'll have some basic information about where my office is located and that kind of thing. If you're taking this class online, you're probably either in Greenville or nowhere near it. So that's perfectly fine if you can't come to my office. More importantly, I want you to pay close attention to the times that I'm in the office, because those times during the week, those are the times that I am more likely to respond back to you immediately. So for example, today is Tuesday. I am typically in the office on Tuesdays from 8:30 until 2. So if you were to shoot me an email, like some of you have been talking to me via email today, you notice that I'm responding right back to you within a set number of minutes. That's the kind of response time that you're going to get from me. If you email me now, I'll try to email you back in a few minutes. However, if you email me, let's say 10 o'clock at night, I might not be looking at my email at that time. And so, you run the risk of having to wait for me to respond tomorrow. If you email me, I'll try to respond within 24 hours of your email. I really prefer to email you a lot sooner than that. But, if the schedule shows where I'm in the office, that means that I'm sitting with my computer screen right beside me, so I can see when an email pops up. Another thing you want to do is go to the Syllabus and Info tab and take a look at the course schedule. Several of you have already looked at the course schedule, which I think that you are brilliant for doing that. You've already realized that there are tests falling on some times that you may have, like a vacation or something like that. What you want to do is, if you can, you want to find a proctoring site that is located near your vacation. So I had a young lady in my class last summer who, it was crazy. She spent the whole summer traveling different countries around the world. She was actually posting pictures of the different places around the world she was going. So she had like a 30-second video of her riding an elephant in the middle of a river. And she managed to take this exam because she found a university that was along the way. Now, that's a little extreme compared to some of you. Some of you are just going to the beach for a few days. If you can find a college, a community college or a university, I would stick to community colleges and universities to find a proctoring site first, because those are the ones that are equipped to be able to handle our exams. And when you start getting away from colleges and universities, that's when, it's like 50-50. Some of them will agree to do it. Some of them won't. Some of them charge exorbitant fees and all this other crazy stuff. So definitely, if you're looking at a vacay right now, first of all, thank you to all of you who have already contacted me about being out of town or having to figure out accommodations to cover an exam. Thank you very much for being open and honest and talking to me. If you have a vacation coming up soon and you have not emailed me, I need you to definitely email me so that we can talk and figure out how your situation is to be handled. Whatever you do, do not wait until 2 weeks before an exam to try to get an accommodation, because by then a proctoring site probably won't work with you. They'll probably say, we're sorry, but we're booked. You will be amazed at how much business a proctoring site can get. Because, for example, here at Greenville Tech, Greenville Tech students are not the only ones using the testing center. The county uses our testing center. The upstate uses our testing center. The law enforcement uses our testing center. There's tons of people who use our testing center all day, every day, from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. straight. So we literally have to lock in these testing dates weeks in advance before the semester even begins. And that's why they don't get moved, because we're locked into a schedule along with all these other entities. So that's why that's kind of stuck where we are right now. As a side note, they are exploring some like camera technology that would allow you to be able to take your stuff on your laptop from home. So we're looking at that. So, cross your fingers. I look forward to it being that way soon. If you have not gone to the link that says how the course runs, you really need to click that link and go through that. Some of you have already taken online classes. Some of you told me that you took psychology online. You've taken English online. So you're familiar with Blackboard and its online system. Some of you are attending other colleges. You've used Blackboard or Canvas. So you're familiar with this. That's cool. If this is your first time really getting into an online course, you really need to go onto that link. And even if you have taken online courses before, you probably want to go to the how the course runs link anyway, so that you can see how to do different things. For example, if you're taking this class and you don't live here, you're not in this state, that link actually tells you how to get a proctoring site set up. If you're going on vacation and you're going to be out of town, maybe some of you are going to are going on a cruise, or you're flying out of the country. I've had people take this class numerous times during the summer. They fly out of the country, they find a proctoring site, they work it actually into their vacation. It's a lot of, you just got to get, creative with it. That link will tell you how to get that set up. So go to the how the course runs link, and you can go find that under the syllabus and information tab. You just scroll down a little bit and you'll see where it says how the course is run, and you click that and it'll give instructions. When you get done with that tab, you want to go to the course content tab. When you go to the course content tab, you'll find all the information for lecture. You'll find all the information for lab. Those are great links to go to. You should be in those links every day, all week, every week this summer, because it contains all the work and information that you need for every chapter every week in those course content links. There are lecture lessons, lab lessons. I would go through the lessons. I would make notes. I would print stuff out. I would make my own study regime. You kind of need to know what's your studying style and what's your learning style. I'm an interactive person. So I need to interact. So watching the videos and stuff, that's important. Knowing me, I would copy and paste words that I'm not familiar with. And I would write 2 definitions for those words. I would write the definition that I found on my online textbook, or I would Google it and find a Google definition. And then I'd create my own definition as something that I would personally remember, because, I may not speak this type of language on a day-to-day basis. So I want to create my own language that will help me remember the material. If it's in bold type, more than likely you're going to see that on a test. So, make sure you understand the words in the bold type and you'll be fine. Lecture tests, they consist mostly of multiple choice. Sometimes they're fill in the blank. I think there's only 1, maybe 2 tests that have like a short essay question, but I'll let you know which test that is and things that could possibly be an essay question. So, you want to pay close attention to that. So definitely watch these videos. Lab exams, they come straight from the Atlas images. So if you have the Atlas images, you've got the Atlas book, you're good. Pay close attention to the images you see in the study material online, because you'll see those images labeled again on the actual lab exams. Then you want to go to the assignments tab. When you go to the assignments tab, you'll find that there's the connect homework assignments and there are the study guide assignments. Now, connect homework assignments, they're all set up. They're all set up. Excuse me. The dates are all set for those things. You go through, you continue to work on them as you go along. They're not really super difficult. I will be honest with you. Learn Smart is actually a little too smart for its own good. Learn Smart is designed to figure out what you know and what you don't know. So let me warn you about Learn Smart. Some of you have dealt with Learn Smart before, so this is not new news. For those of you who have not dealt with Learn Smart, whatever you do, be honest with Learn Smart, okay? Some of these Learn Smart assignments will take you 30 minutes to finish. If you get on Learn Smart and you decide, hey, I'm just going to keep clicking the button until I get the right answer, that ain't Learn Smart. Learn Smart will continue to make your assignment longer and longer. When people tell me that it took them 2 to 3 hours to finish a Learn Smart assignment, that tells me that they weren't being honest with Learn Smart. If Learn Smart figures out that you don't really understand a topic, it'll continue to throw questions at you. It'll just keep throwing questions at you. You'll be there for 2 hours easy. So your best bet is to make sure that you study and read the material and interact with the material before you do Learn Smart. Otherwise, Learn Smart will have you there all night and you will hate Learn Smart. Learn Smart can be a great tool. It can really help you a lot. I have purposely gone in there and played with Learn Smart, and I actually played with a Learn Smart module a while back over some material from another science that I wasn't very strong in, so that I could see what it was like to be a student doing it. And it helped me. It helped me as long as I was not focused on just finishing something. when I was trying to finish a module, it got frustrating real quick because it wouldn't let me go. It kept throwing more questions at me. And then finally it just told me, you need to go read. I was like, you need to go buy. I just closed the module. But it was real. It was serious. It was like, okay, I hadn't dealt with that kind of science in a long time. I am a little weak in that. Maybe I do need to go read. Maybe she's right. So definitely make sure you go and do that. The study guides. So let me warn you about the study guides. All right. I want you to write the study guides. Do not type the study guides. Write them, as in hand write them out. Do not type them. And the reason for that is because I cannot tell you how many people type up their study guides and then hand it to their girlfriend, and then their girlfriend takes the class and turns it in. I've even had people turn in their boyfriend's homework or girlfriend's homework, and it still had the girlfriend or boyfriend's name at the top of it. That's wow, that's lazy. You need to handwrite the material and make sure you handwrite your name at the top of the study guide. If you do not handwrite your study guide, and if you don't have your name at the top of the study guide, I will not accept your study guide. Another thing is this. There are instructions. If you go to Syllabus and Info tab, and there are instructions under that. If you click it, you scroll down a little bit, it has instructions on there for how to make a PDF of your study guide assignment, and then how to load it into Blackboard. Follow those instructions to the letter, and it will work out just fine for you. Do not wait until the very last minute that the study guide is due to try to load it. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't know if everybody knows this about Blackboard, but I'm not going to claim to be like a tech guru or something. But Blackboard is utilizing servers to be able to load all this material. And there is a group of servers for the Southeast. So everybody, or as they say from from my old neighborhood, everybody in the Southeast, all the colleges and universities who use Blackboard are using the exact same servers right now. So when you wait, so if an assignment is due at 11:59 p.m., and you wait until 10 o'clock p.m. to load that assignment, you're in competition with everyone else who's taking online classes, period, using Blackboard in the Southeast. The traffic is insane because the servers can only load but so many things at a time. And so you have a strong possibility if you wait till like 10 o'clock at night before it's due, there's a strong possibility that it'll kick it back out. It won't let you load it. You'll be freaking out and you'll be constantly going in there trying to load that joker and it will not load. It'll say sorry. And then suddenly, if it was due 11:59 p.m., suddenly at 12:15 a.m. at night, traffic will be clear because everybody's quit. They've all got theirs in, but you didn't. And now you have a zero. So don't wait until the last minute to load that thing. It's a strong possibility that your assignment won't go in and you'll be mad, really mad. So don't wait until the last minute. Make sure you load it as a PDF, not a JPEG or anything else. Because when you load it as a JPEG or something like that, sometimes Blackboard won't let me see it, depending on if there's traffic or depending on what computer you used or a whole array of different craziness. Make sure you load it as a PDF. That's a guarantee that I'll be able to open it regardless of whether I'm on a Chromebook or whether I'm on a dual monitor at work. It doesn't matter. I'll be able to open it and see it. When you save the PDF, don't send it to me yet. When you save it as a PDF, open the file on your own computer and look at it. If it's upside down and if all the pages are out of whack, then you need to go back and redo it and put it together in an organized fashion. People get really frustrated and really perturbed when it takes their instructor forever to grade written assignments in Blackboard. And part of the reason why it takes us so long is when people send us piecemeal assignments. So if it's supposed to be 7 pages and you send me a separate page each time, I'm not going to take that because that's not fair to the rest of the class. It's going to literally take me forever to open each one of those things, download it and read it. Just take all 7 pages, put them in order from the get-go, and save them as one file, not 7 separate files. Save it as one file. I will not take 7 separate files. That is totally unfair. It's going to take me the time of grading 7 people just on your one file. And everyone else is trying to figure out what kind of grade they got in the class. So just save it as one file. Follow those instructions on how to do that. Let's see, there were some other things I wanted to tell you. That is just flat out housekeeping. The test, the lecture test and the lab test, I'm going to review for every test. Lab is kind of self-explanatory. I'll talk about the lab exams, but the lab exams are pretty self-explanatory. Once you take a couple, you really don't need my help in reviewing for them, although I am going to help you to review for lab exams. Lecture exams, I'm definitely going to have a review for you. So just know that I'm going to review for every test in this class. Usually videos, sometimes I'll make written posts. Sometimes I'll make like a practice test and do it with you, maybe in Blackboard Collaborate or in a live feed or some other thing like that, to kind of just talk with you and explain some things. So you're not going into test like cold turkey. So we're definitely having a review for this first lecture and lab test because I want you to know what you're getting yourself into. Lecture tests kind of grade themselves, except for like essays. I go in and personally grade those, but the lecture test will grade itself right there on the spot and give you your grade before you get up from the table or desk or wherever you're taking the test. Lab tests are different. The lab test will grade itself, but it's kind of fickle. So whereas I'll give you credit because a word had 3 E's in it and you left out one, the test won't give you credit, but I would. So I personally grade every lab exam. I know the lab exam will give you a grade, but I am telling you, I will personally grade every lab exam. So if you take a lab exam, let's say you took a lab exam tonight, it's Tuesday. Give me at least 1 week to have all the lab exams graded and put back out there. Now, every time I grade a lab exam and update the grade, you'll get it immediately. So you don't have to wait on me. So that's one thing. If you haven't gotten your grade yet, but you start emailing other students and you find out they got theirs, sorry, I'm kind of going in alphabetical order most of the time. And so it'll, if your last name starts with A and someone else's last name starts with S, the person with the A is going to get their grade faster than the person whose last name starts with an S. So that's how that rolls. Another thing is I do not start grading tests until everyone has finished taking their test. So if you take your test today, like let's say there was a test that was open on Tuesday and Wednesday, and you email me Tuesday night and say, hey, when you going to have this graded? I'm going to remind you, I have within 1 week of grading this test, which means that if the test opened this Tuesday, you should expect your grade to change by next Tuesday. So I'll be grading those. More than likely, I'm going to sit on, if there's a test that's Tuesday, Wednesday, more than likely, I'm going to grade those tests on Friday. That's just how I roll. Friday morning, I'll be in there grading it, and you'll start seeing your test grade upgrade. And that's just how I do for every single lab test. Now, I will remind you again, I do not start grading tests until after everyone has taken the test. Because I also look for trends. If there's something that everybody misses, then I know something went wrong. I must have posted something wrong. Maybe I gave you incorrect information, or maybe I need to cover some information again. Something happened. So I'm looking for trends like that. If I start grading the test right off the bat, it could, leave out some benefit for everybody. Aside from the test and that kind of thing, also there's the policy we talked about the vacations and everything. You want to try to get creative with that. You want to find a proctoring site, stick to colleges and universities. Trust me, stick to colleges and universities. As a matter of fact, I had a student just recently who they were going to Puerto Rico, and they took their test at a university in Puerto Rico, and they worked it out. I have people who are just going to the beach to find a college or university. I had one guy, he got really smart. What he did was on the day of the test, he planned a part of his vacation around that college and wound up going there, hanging out with family at one spot, literally walked in sandals and shorts, took the exam and bounced and went and enjoyed the rest of his vacation. So it's a possibility, and it's something that people do on a regular basis. So, and it can be done. So just, hit me up with an email if you need help trying to figure that process out. Definitely go to the How Does This Course Work link, How's This Course Run link, and click that, and it'll show you a lot. Aside from that, that's all I have to really get into as far as, talking shop with the course. Just keep these things in mind as you're going through the class this summer, and I think you'll be perfectly fine. Aside from that, make sure you print out the online course schedule as well as the syllabus and keep those close, because they'll help you maneuver and help you answer some questions that you may have from time to time. Aside from that, I will close this thing out right here. You got any questions, just shoot me an email. We'll talk to you soon. See you.